guys, hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm going to continue with my gear videos. So I'm going to show you today my other rifle that I use a good bit, especially when I'm hunting in the mountains. Well, the mountains of South Carolina. Anywhere where it's thick cover and my shots are going to be under 100 yards, this is the big game gun I use. So this is a CVA Scout V2 in 4570. It's a break action gun. I got it topped with a Vortex Crossfire 2 3-9x40. I'll show it to you right here. All right, I got some notes down here below me. I'm going to read you all the specs so you get the details and everything. So it's a 416 stainless steel barrel. It's fluted, as you can see right there. Some of these guns, especially I think the newer ones now, come with a muzzle brake. You can see obviously this one does not have a muzzle brake and it's not threaded for a muzzle brake, but it is a heavy barrel, especially for the heavier loads. But this gun without the scope only weighs 8 pounds. So really that's not that heavy. So with scope, I'm probably like 9.5-ish, under 10 for sure. So that's really not bad, especially for a bigger bore gun. It's an ambidextrous gun. Obviously with it being a single shot, it has a hammer that you have to pull back. I have it set up so I can pull it back with my right hand when I'm cocking it. But you can switch that side pull and put it on the opposite side. So if you're wanting to pull the hammer back shooting left-handed, you're fine. And I actually have shot multiple animals left-handed with this gun. You have to have that side hammer pull though, that screw-in piece right there. Let's see if you can see it. You can see it sticks out to the side of the scope because the hammer is pretty tight to the scope in there, so it doesn't really give you a whole lot of room. A 3-9 is plenty of power. Honestly, you could probably go down to a smaller scope, like smaller magnification, but this one works pretty good. It's a 1-20 twist, which you don't really need a super fast twist. You're shooting a heavy bullet. So like I said in my last video, my Tika is a 1-9.5. This is a 1-20, completely different bullet. It's completely ambidextrous, comes with a crushed stone recoil pad. This gun in 4570 kicks about like a shotgun shooting maybe turkey loads, a 12 gauge. You know, it's not, there's a kick, but it's not unmanageable. You know, it's completely doable. I feel like completely doable for about anybody. Comes with a scope, mount. The mount and the rails is one piece, which is what I prefer. I know some people don't like them, but I really like them. I feel like that's less things to mess up. So it comes with that. Pretty decent scope and mount. Reversible hammer spur, I already covered that. 41 inches overall from butt to end of barrel down here. And it's got a 14-inch length of pull, and these guns have a lifetime warranty. All right, so this gun has a 25-inch barrel. I just looked it up, and you can buy it from Cabela's. That's where I got mine. And it is listed at $389, and right now it is back ordered. So it's a fairly popular gun. Just be careful on the picture on Cabela's shows it has a muzzle brake, and I thought mine was going to have a muzzle brake, and it doesn't. But obviously, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. So overall, I like the gun. It's not really a super expensive gun, but I mean, you're paying $350-400 for it, so really that's not that big a deal. It's not a long range gun. The trigger is not adjustable, but it's a pretty good trigger. I mean, especially for a factory trigger. I mean, obviously, you see the gun's unloaded, but if you pull it back, there's no creep in the trigger. It's a really good trigger. And like I said, I'm not shooting this farther than 100 yards. This is the gun I shot my moose with this year. First shot hit her perfect. She went 20 yards, stopped, hit her again. She fell over. She's dead. Oh, I hit her perfect, man.
She is dead.
It's like the size of a cow. She was probably done in less than 20 seconds. I mean, done. So If you watch that moose video, this is the gun I shot my moose with. This is also the gun I shot my 11 point with this year in the woods. Love this gun. I've shot 2 bears with 45-70 calibers also, not this gun, but other 45-70s that I had borrowed from someone. Love the gun. The bullet that I use for my moose is it's an HSM bear load. See it right there. It's a 45-70. It says P+, which P+ means handgun, but I'm gonna tell you, if you were shooting that from a handgun, you're crazy. Okay, so 45-70, 430 grains. They work well. This muzzle, or this bullet, it stays pretty hard. It doesn't mushroom or anything. It's like shooting with a slug or something like that. It hits hard. I like it for really big game like moose, or I mean, I would shoot grizzly with this gun, honestly. I've heard that people have used this gun to shoot elephants before, which seems pretty crazy to me, but they have. The bullet that I prefer for deer is 45-70, 300 grain. These are Winchester Super X's, and they mushroom out really well, work really good for a deer. So once again, this is a CVA Scout V2. I'm not recommending this gun. This is just what I use based on the research. It's not a super expensive gun. Most guys can afford it, and it's really good for shooting in the woods. You probably could reach out to 200 yards with this, but when I was shot this gun at 200 yards, it drops 10 to 12 inches at 200 yards because it's just such a heavy bullet. One thing I hear a lot of people say is they're worried that they're going to do a lot of damage to the meat with this gun. All right, so these bullets, these Winchester Super X's, at the barrel, the velocity coming out is like 1,800 feet. This bullet is going drastically slower, so when it hits the animal, it doesn't cause all that crazy blood damage and all the bloodshot meat and everything. If you shoot him in the shoulder, for sure, that animal is going down. Okay, I've made not so hot shots with this, and animals ran not very far. I mean, 50 yards. Made good shots, down like a sack of potatoes. They're done. So. Another thing, in some states, this gun is considered a primitive weapon because it's not a repeating action rifle and it's over 35 or 36 caliber. So you just need to look at your local regulations. Here in South Carolina, I talked to one game warden. He said that it was not considered a primitive weapon. You could not shoot it during muzzleloader season. I talked to another game warden, basically read him the exact wording of the regulation. And he said, oh, well, I guess you can use that gun then. So read your regulations, talk to your local game warden, whatever state you're from, and I guess, you know, make your decision from there. Great gun, great scope. I really like it. So if you guys are in the market for a new rifle, make sure you do your research. And if it leads you to this one, go get it from your local Cabela's or Academy or wherever you want to get it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.